Another way of understanding God is very easy. When you look around, you will find groups of people. Some people prefer something over other things, and therefore they have that particular kind of friends in their group. So nobody is complete that way. Whenever you will find completeness in you, you will become God. It's not about finding, you have to become complete. But the condition is only possible after removing those aspects of life which lead you towards animal instinct. Meaning my family, my home, my money, my job, my enjoyment, my pet, etc. But instead you move towards godly instinct, which is why I am born. How did the universe come into existence? Why did the Big Bang happen? Remember, there is no answer for that in science or NASA. So that's why I always say science is incomplete, not wrong. How I am related to God? What is God? So you have to have these aspects, like you have to think about these things. Because since human is like a pendulum, he moves in between these two instincts his whole life. So you have to move towards the right instinct, like the right direction. I will give another example. Consider God as the broadcaster, which means the owner of the radio station, and he has a channel and the signal is coming 24/7. That channel has the complete knowledge and you don't need any other information. Yet people have tuned into the wrong radio station and are enjoying it. We have been tuning it to every radio station our whole life except the broadcaster's own channel, the source from where all other stations are getting the signal. So, unless your radio is not tuned to the broadcaster's channel, you can't accept God's mercy on you. So, all our life we have been tuning to every radio station except the broadcaster's own channel. So, that's our bad luck. It's not about luck, it's about choices, as I already explained. So, welcome to Super Science University Bhagavad-Gita, which only can fulfill any of your wishes, aka the real Santa, and it will give you permanent happiness and your freedom in the end. And it is the permanent solution to any of your problems, the highest, most prime, secret, and the only complete knowledge which is the source of everything and it answers every possible question. Please refer to Yatharth Gita by Swami Adgadanand on yatharthgita.com or Spotify, which is the only genuine and complete source of knowledge. Actually, my friend thought that sex is the only reason for the increase in breast and hip size in girls, as I mentioned in my previous video. But that's not always true. That's called stereotype thinking. Who doesn't think beyond sex has a fixed approach towards life. You must have a flexible approach and be ready to accept anything without any surprises. But remember that only the ultimate, called as Par Brahm, is fixed and true, and rest everything is changing. At least you should try to think. I know it's difficult to move beyond sex, but some people don't even think beyond sex and desires. They are just stuck over there. It's not only about sex. Any desire is like, it's not allowing you to grow. Any kind of desire. Sex is a like very high desire. It's very difficult to come out of that, but people have different desires. So let's continue with my previous section. So if we ask Krishna, he will say it is play, leela, hiding oneself from oneself, searching oneself from oneself, attaining oneself from oneself. It is a leela. It is not a very serious matter. There is no need to be very serious. That is why it is difficult to find a more non-serious man than Krishna. And those who are serious tell us that they have not yet discovered the whole secret of life. The whole secret of life is that we have lost what we are looking for. We have hidden what we are searching for. We have come from the direction towards which we are going. But it is so. And if you ask why, then there is no answer to that why. There will definitely be a why in life which will have no answer. Where do we find that why? That is another thing. But there can be no answer to that ultimate why. It cannot be. That is why philosophy gets lost in useless circles. It searches for the why. I will correct Osho here. Only Gita has answers to all the whys, including the ultimate why. It is appropriate to understand this a little. Philosophy searches for why. Why is it so? One reason is found, then it asks, why is this the reason? Then another reason is found, then it asks, why is this the reason? Then there is infinite regress. Then this series is endless, and every answer gives birth to a new question. Whatever reason we find, still why can be asked. Can there be any such reason about which why cannot be meaningfully asked? It is not possible. Therefore, philosophy is complete blind alley. Science does not ask why. Science asks what. Therefore, science is not a blind alley. Religion also does not ask why. Religion also asks what. You must understand this. Science and religion are very close. If science has enmity, it is with philosophy. And if religion has enmity, it is with philosophy. Generally, this is not the case. People think that religion itself is a philosophy. Religion is not philosophy at all. Religion is very science. It is a science in itself. Religion asks what, not why, because religion knows that the answer to what can be found from existence. There can be no answer to why. Science also asks what. Science asks what is water, hydrogen and oxygen. You ask why hydrogen and oxygen are found. The scientist will say, ask the philosopher. What do we discover in our laboratory? We can tell that water is formed by combining hydrogen and oxygen. What we will tell, how we will tell, why, please do not ask us. For the answer of why, you need to ask either madman or philosophers. The scientists say that no matter how much we search, we can only know what, and when we know what, we can know how. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, we know what. Now we can find out how it is made. That is why science searches for what and finds the how in the laboratory. Religion also searches for the what of existence and find the process of how in yoga. That is why the ancillary part of religion is yoga and the ancillary part of science is experiment. But religion has nothing to do with why, because one thing is certain, that we will not be able to ask the why of existence. Existence exists and the matter ends here. I would like to correct Osho here again, since only Bhagavad-Gita is complete knowledge which has the answer to every possible question. So Krishna is saying that the soul is not mortal. If you ask why, there is no question of why. It is so. Things are true. The soul cannot be born. It cannot take birth. It cannot die. Why? Krishna will say it is so. If you ask how can we know that soul, then the way can be shown, which does not die, which does not take birth. But if you ask why does it not die, then Krishna says there is no solution. Everything becomes helpless here. Man becomes completely helpless here. The intellect gets tired and falls down here. I would like to correct Osho again here. The answer is because the game always remains. There is no end to it. Player win the game and exit and become one with the honor. You cannot end the